Have you ever been in a situation where you were being pressured by someone to believe or do something that you don't want to? This is called brainwashing, and it's a form of manipulation that can be used by anyone. Brainwashing is when someone tries to change your beliefs, values, or behaviors through a series of psychological tactics. It can be done intentionally or unintentionally, but the end result is always the same. You are left feeling confused, manipulated, and often hurt. Most of us like to think that we're pretty good at spotting when someone is trying to brainwash us. After all, we live in a world full of advertisements and salespeople who are trying to get us to buy things that we don't need. But the truth is that brainwashing can be much more subtle than that. And sometimes it's not even obvious until it's too late. That's why it's important to be aware of the signs of brainwashing so that you can protect yourself from it. In this video, we will discuss 10 signs that you are being brainwashed right now. If you notice any of these signs in yourself or someone you care about, please reach out for help. With a little awareness and knowledge, you can avoid falling victim to brainwashing tactics and keep your mind free and open. So let's begin. Number 1. They use guilt to manipulate you. One of the most common ways that people use brainwashing tactics is by making you feel guilty. They might guilt trip you into doing something that you don't want to do or make you feel like you owe them something. This is especially common in families where a parent might manipulate their child into doing something by making them feel guilty. For example, if you don't clean your room, I'm going to take away your console. In this situation, the parent is using guilt as a way to control their child. They're making them feel like they have to do something in order to avoid a punishment. This is a form of brainwashing because the parent is essentially programming their child to do what they want them to do without really understanding why. The child might start to feel like they can't and say no to their parent, or that they have to do everything their parent asks of them. This can be very damaging for the child and can set them up for a lifetime of people-pleasing and codependency. Number 3. They isolate you from others. One of the first things that a brainwasher will do is isolate you from your loved ones. This is done so that you are more vulnerable to their tactics and less likely to get help from someone else. For example, if you have friends or family members who would never allow you to be treated poorly, then brainwashers will try to come between you and those relationships. They may cause a rift in your relationships by sowing seeds of doubt or making you feel bad about the people you spend time with. This can be extremely effective because it cuts off your support system and makes it harder for you to get help. Number 4. They gaslight you. Gaslighting is a tactic that brainwashers use to make you question your own sanity. They will often deny things that you know are true and make you feel like you are making up situations or are misremembering events. This can be extremely confusing and make it seem like you are the one who is crazy. It's an extremely effective tactic because it makes you second-guess yourself and your own judgment. Number 5. They use fear to control you. Fear is a powerful motivator, and brainwashers will often use it to keep you compliant. They may threaten to punish you if you don't do what they want you to do, or make you afraid of something happening to you if you try to leave. For example, a cult leader might threaten to kick you out and ruin your life if you try to leave the group. This is extremely effective because it creates a sense of urgency and makes you feel like you have to do what they want you to do right away. Number 6. They break down your self-esteem. Another tactic that brainwashers use is to break down your self-esteem and make you feel worthless. This is done so that you are more likely to believe their lies and do what they want you to do. For example, a narcissistic parent might constantly criticize their child in order to make them feel bad about themselves. This can be extremely damaging because it makes you feel like you are never good enough and that you always have to do more in order to please the brainwasher. Number 7. They lie to you. Lying is another common tactic that brainwashers will use. They may lie to you about anything from small things to big things. The goal is to make you distrust your own judgment and make you more likely to believe their lies. For example, a cult leader might lie to his followers about the outside world in order to keep them isolated. This can be extremely dangerous because it creates a false reality for you and makes it hard to know what is true and what is false. Number 8. They change your beliefs and values. A main goal of brainwashing is to change your beliefs and values so that you think the way that the brainwasher wants you to think. This is done through a variety of tactics, including the ones we have already mentioned. For example, a cult leader might start to change the beliefs and values of their followers over time. They may introduce new ideas that are not in line with the follower as original beliefs and values, and then use tactics such as gaslighting and fear to get the follower to accept these new beliefs. This can be extremely harmful because it changes the way that you see the world and can often lead to a loss of identity. Number 9. They punish you. Another common tactic that brainwashers will use is punishing you when you do what they want you to do. This can be done in a variety of ways, from physical punishment to emotional punishment. For example, a cult leader might punish their followers for breaking the rules of the group. This can be extremely effective because it creates a sense of fear and makes you feel like you have to do what they want you to do in order to avoid punishment. Number 10. They demand absolute obedience. Finally, brainwashers will often demand absolute obedience from you. This means that you have to do everything they say without question. For example, a cult leader might demand that their followers obey their every command without question. This can be extremely dangerous because it leaves you with no autonomy and makes you feel like you are a slave to the brainwasher. All in all, being brainwashed is a scary and manipulative experience. It can be hard to break free from the control of a brainwasher, but it is possible. If you recognize the signs of brainwashing, you can protect yourself from becoming a victim. Remember, you are in control of your own mind and no one can force you to believe or do something that you don't want to. If you enjoyed this video, please share it with your loved ones. Thank you for watching.